Hi, I hope you're staying healthy and safe. You're back in session with Professor P. Ready for chapter 10 in archaeology. It's a very quick chapter. We studied this in the previous chapters, but this is really about climate and putting sort of culture change and cultures into time periods of climate, like the Great Ice Age, the Pleistocene Epoch, the Eocene Epoch, right? All of these, analyzing major climatic changes and climatic shifts in time. They really focus on the Great Ice Age, and they really focus on the Pleistocene Epoch. The Pleistocene Epoch happened about 1.8 million years ago. It's marked by this Great Ice Age, and it becomes important because it was dramatic world climate shifts. You had ice sheets, right? You're talking about major glaciations. You're talking about major time periods. It becomes important. A lot of you know this because you guys are looking at woolly mammoths. Remember the documentary that we saw on the Pleistocene megafauna and, the mammoths, the saber-toothed tigers, the giant sloths, all that like good stuff, right? That becomes important, and we're putting them into those time periods. They also looked at pollen analysis, which exactly that is, looking at the pollen, analyzing that in relationship to what is on those, archaeological sites. The Eocene Epoch, looking at about 15,000 years ago. One of the things I thought was quite interesting with the pollen analysis is looking at the preservation. Sometimes pollen can be remarkable to preserve sites, right? That becomes an important part of it. The Eocene was the post sort of ice age. It was moving to sort of global warming at the time, warmer climates. Think about this. And you guys have heard of El Nino. Happened in the early 80s and then in the late 90s. But that was dramatic sort of global events that rippled throughout the world, and it sort of wiped out some agriculture. It changed some types of civilizations. When we look at these major things, we have to understand, how do those affect sites, those natural events, those kinds of things like El Nino, right? Major weather changes. That becomes important. Dendrochronology is tree ring dating. It's tree ring chronology, looking at, the rings on the tree to give us an idea about the dates, right? You guys can sort of cut a tree or look at the wood and you could see the different, rings around there. Geoarchaeology is the last one in this chapter, where they want to look at the earth sciences and doing archaeological investigation. So reconstructing ancient environments, ancient landscapes. It's really, geoarchaeology is really a multidisciplinary approach to sort of understanding archaeology, looking at sediment, looking at soil, looking at all these reconstructions of the sites by using all of the earth sciences to contribute to the analysis. Chapter 10, nice and easy. Looking at climate, back with you for chapter 11 soon.